Hey guys, we are here in the island of Madeira.
Madeira is a Portuguese island home to stunning hikes, beautiful volcanic pools, as well as a charming city.
Didn't they also call it the Hawaii of Europe? We're going to spend the next couple of days here. Let's go check this island out.
We are Aaron and Shar, two Singaporeans on a year-long travel around the world. Madeira wasn't part of our original plan, but we have heard so much about this island, and since we are already in Portugal, we cannot afford to miss this place. This Portuguese island is set closer to Africa than to Europe. It has dramatic landscapes, winding mountain roads, and endless ocean views. For us, Madeira wasn't just a stopover, but a reminder that the best parts of travel are often the ones that we have never planned for.
There's a rainbow on the ground. Do you think there are leprechauns at the end?
This is one of the famous Levadas.
Even here in Funchal, we are currently at a Miradoro and it's just really beautiful.
Good morning. Last night we arrived into Madeira and we drove all the way here to our Airbnb in Porto Moniz, and this morning, look at what we woke up to.
It's 17 degrees Celsius right now. We are in our jackets, but we are in our shorts and slippers. And that is because we are going for a dip, a swim in natural swimming pools. It is super windy and the waves are huge, so let's hope that the pools are open.
Let's go.
One of Europe's most famous outdoor swimming spots is situated on the far corner of Madeira, in the town called Porto Moniz. We came here for the volcanic rock pools carved by lava and filled by the Atlantic. But as we got closer, we were in for a rude awakening.
Shucks, it's closed. It says due to the strong sea turmoil, access to the natural swimming pools is temporarily banned. Banned!
Yeah, given the crazy wave conditions, I bet this pigeon wouldn't have dared to go in there too.
So Shah, what are you going to do now?
I don't know, I think we are just going to stand here and admire the waves.
Even though we couldn't go into the pools, we spent a good half an hour here just appreciating the majestic waves that crash onto the shore. It's just like mind-boggling to see like all these towering waves coming in one after another. I'm just so impressed. Had we gone in, we would have experienced the top seawater pool in the entire Europe.
It's such a shame that we can't get into the pools, but the views of the waves is pretty up there too.
So these pools cost €3 to get in, but there's a natural one over the other side which is free. So we're going to check that one out right now.
Even though the natural pools are less built up and does not cost money to enter, we won't get a chance to swim today. But still, just looking at the crystal clear waters, it's easy to imagine how refreshing it must be. I guess we'll have to wait until the next time. Because of the unique volcanic formation, Madeira is one of the best places in Europe for hiking, with its countless scenic routes across the island. We've chosen one of them, a trail that is part of PR6.
So we just arrived. So this is where we are, and this is where we're going to go. This path will lead us to Casa do Rapachau through a tunnel, and we're excited to check that out.
The reason why we chose this trail was because it follows a levada, a narrow irrigation channel carved into the mountain sides that once carried water from the lush north to the drier south of the island.
Right now we're entering a tunnel, and this tunnel looks like a cave. If you look at the top, there are plants growing downwards. It's magical. There's a rainbow on the ground. Do you think there are leprechauns at the end? Is it leprechauns or is it a pot of gold? Let's go and find out. We are actually going to walk through the rainbow. It's probably my first time. Do you think I will turn into a leprechaun?
No, you turn into a bunch of Skittles. Oh, it's wet. It's really wet. Is it dark?
it's so dark that we have to use our torchlights. I can't really see far ahead, but I don't think the torchlight is really helpful either. So we're just going to try to walk really slowly because the ground is wet and we don't want to get our shoes wet. We're just going to follow the cave or the tunnel and this pipe to the other end.
Yeah, the pipe actually transports water, right?
I didn't know that.
Or what do you think it transports?
I don't know.
A bunch of chocolate? Let's go. I don't think this cave is suitable for people who are very tall. I think it's still better than walking through mud actually.
But as we descended further into the tunnel, it didn't take long before we made a serious decision about this mission.
So basically what's happening is that the ground is getting way too wet, and instead of having like a stone here and there for us to walk along, the path is completely filled with a puddle of water. And to get past, we have to either have waterproof shoes or we have to get our shoes really wet. So we're going to turn around and I don't know what we're going to do. Are we going to take a long way there?
Maybe not. I don't know, we'll see. Let's go.
Okay, let's go, Arieiro group.
Well, as you guys know, we are currently on a year-long travel, so we didn't have a lot of bag space to begin with. And one of the things that we didn't pack is water boots. I wish that we had brought water boots so that we'll be able to cross over to the other side of the cave or the tunnel without getting our feet wet. I guess the lesson learned is that behind every rainbow doesn't always lie a pot of gold. Instead, it's puddles and puddles of water. We are here going up to Pico, Ruivo. This is our starting point, the car park, and we are going up to the highest peak of the entire Madeira. And I really can't wait to climb up. But are we ready? Are you ready, Shah?
From here at the car park, it is 2.8 kilometers to the peak, and round trip it should take us about 1 hour and a half.
We started the trail at about 8 AM in the morning. It was a gentle upslope with views of the surrounding forest.
We are joining the rest of the stickers here.
But the real deal happens after 25 minutes into the hike, when the morning sunshine interacts with the fast-moving clouds, and this was when the views really opened up for us.
Clouds are kind of coming down through this saddle part of the hill, and I think in just a bit we might be walking through the fog as well.
We are currently about halfway through the hike. It is not that difficult so far. The pavement is good, the air is nice, it's not too wet, and the best part is still the views.
But views wise, 100 out of 10. It feels a little bit like our Mount Shiroma hike that we did in Japan at the start of our year-long travels.
Except that this is easier and more paved.
Some of these clouds are even going in reverse direction, going upwards because of how the wind is actually blowing. Quite awesome.
Now we are going to start the ascent, and I think it's going to be tougher than the first part. We'll see.
So cute.
If you see the other sign on top, it says 5.6 kilometers or 6.5 kilometers that way. That is PR1, the really popular hike. It starts from another peak over there, and that peak is called Pico Arieiro. Unfortunately, one segment of that path is closed currently, but we are still going to head to that peak later via car. I guess the theme for this video is rainbows, and I think that is pretty representative of what Madeira is. It's a place which is so beautiful and magical.
It didn't take us too long to reach the summit, and for about 3 seconds it felt rewarding. before the freezing wind and biting cold hit us. The conditions were so brutal, we only managed to stay up there for less than 3 minutes before rushing back down for warmth. A bit of a shame because we travelled so far, only to have the views be covered by fog. Pico do Arieiro is about an hour's drive from Pico Ruivo. But as we have quickly learned, Madeira's weather can be pretty unpredictable and the conditions haven't really been in our favour. At first, the skies looked clear and gave us some hope, but the higher we drove, the less promising it became.
It's actually quite beautiful. Look at that. It's like a mountain ghost looking at us.
So instead, here are some shots from the internet of what we could have seen.
It's kind of a bummer that we couldn't see the mountain, but we can only make out like a small little silhouette view of it. But I guess like we'll try to do that tomorrow again, and hopefully there's not going to be as much clouds. So this is the first time that we are renting an electric vehicle and the first time that we are charging the electric vehicle. It's kind of a very surreal and unique experience because whereas we could just pump and go on the spot with petrol, you have to wait and sit still for a bit before going. I have no idea how much to charge though.
This kind of reminds me of the first time that I had to learn how to pump a petrol on my own. Like, you know, when I was in driving school, we just learned how to do the course, we learned how to drive here and drive there, but we never learned how to pump petrol. And the first time I had to pump petrol was overseas because back in Singapore, there will be people helping us pump the petrol, and it just reminds me of how like I was trying to figure out how to pump petrol on my own. I think it's going to take about 10 to 15 minutes because we are only down about 40%. So we're just going to get some snacks and wait for the car to charge.
After charging our vehicle, we drove to Funchal, Madeira's largest city, and made our way to Mercado dos Lavadores, one of the island's largest markets.
It's quite bustling right now, do you think?
Yeah, it's very colorful. You can see a lot of produce and also a lot of like dry goods like bags and whatnot.
If I'm not wrong, and we see it quite often, there is a lot of bananas as well. It's like the biggest export.
Beyond the usual bananas, we discovered an array of fruits that we have never seen before, like the bright red pitanga, or the intriguingly shaped pepino melon, or the maracuja banana that looks like this unripe mango. We also walked around the city for a bit.
We actually have no idea where we want to head to. We're just going to walk around the main area of Funchal, follow people, follow where the crowd goes, and we'll see what we'll discover.
Apparently there's an undisputed champion in the football world over here, and his name is Cristiano Ronaldo. You can't say that like Messi is the GOAT, otherwise you'll be banned from coming into Madeira ever again.
There were a few churches that we passed, as well as an interesting fountain, but the inclement weather caught up with us again.
Unfortunately, it's getting dark and the rain has come, so it's dampening our spirits. We're just going to head back and rest for the night. Today is our last day here in Madeira. I guess that is it for the end of our video. We did try to do one last thing today, which was to head up to Pico Arieiro. Unfortunately, when we went there during the sunrise, it was still as misty and foggy as yesterday. Even up to now where it's almost sunset, it is still very foggy according to the webcam.
It's kind of a small little mild regret that we're not able to go up to Pico de Arieiro, or maybe not able to go to swim in the natural pools or do other activities like diving or whatsoever, because we just came at the wrong season. But I guess like this is island weather, right? It could be very unpredictable and exciting at the same time, and that's where the thrill is. So I guess like next time when we come over here again, we probably have to budget for a few more days so that we can enjoy all of what Madeira has to offer.
So that's it. I guess we'll come back next time. We'll see you in the next video.
Bye bye!